I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. So if they ask you how I feel, what's up? I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. So if they ask you how I feel, I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. So if they ask you how I feel, I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. So if they ask you how I feel, I'ma tell you I feel amazing.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bearing Down a Gridiron here on this Wednesday, October 15th, 2025, where sharp takes, smarter debates, and everything college football. If you are curious about the title, it's Put Up or Shut Up Time in the month of October. The playmaker, Garner Sons in the building. The man having fun with background changes is Cole Johnson.
Yeah, excuse me for having the FCC come down on me with a 7-second delay. I'm sorry. How you doing, playmaker? Hi.
You is something else. You know that? You is something else.
I'm just a ray of sunshine.
Yeah, we know that.
The mad scientist is a ray of sunshine. I'm all about positivity. You know that. All of you know that.
Well, how long that positivity gonna last?
Oh, you're gonna take a pot shot that early on me? Okay. I'll let you make it. I will let you make it up. I'm gonna let you make it, but I still am a ray of sunshine. I'm more positive than the new day. You know this.
Nobody told you to throw a fastball right across the middle of the plate.
But you know I'm more positive than the new day. You knows this.
You mean sad day?
Again, I'm gonna let you make it. I'm gonna let you make it. I'm more positive than the new day. I put more smiles on people's faces than when people get baptized by Jesus. I am the man.
Okay, now you're going too far. 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 You can cut that off right there.
Well, people don't necessarily smile when they get baptized. They cry and say thank you, Jesus. Do they not? I know I did.
He putting his step out on Front Street. That's a first.
I know I did.
That was a first.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Whoa, yeah. Ain't no smiles. I'm just happy. So if you could come with that blasphemy angle, you could take that and kick that all of here because it ain't. I'm just speaking truth.
Now you using Stephen A. Smith words now. This gonna be a great day now.
This was the that was the truth. TRUF, the truth.
Oh, I hope y'all strapped in for a great show today, because I'm finna have some fun today.
I know you is.
I'm finna have some fun today, and it's gonna be thanks to my co-host too. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh Lord!
But before we get to the fun part, we do gotta go over some news and notes from around the Gridiron. So let's run the no huddle. And as we prepare for the no huddle, by the way, shout out to Rise That Healthy as we are live on the Real Rise Radio. So if you're listening to us on the radio, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on today.
Love you, Wise. Real Wise, what's up?
You left that man alone about the Yankees yet?
Oh, I already did it. The the day after they got eliminated, I said to him, I gave him a Yankees meme of a I forgot who it was, but I think it was a middle infielder that was just tossing his glove to the ground on ad nauseum, and then under it I said, I am so very sorry,
You is terrible.
and he said in return, thanks for pouring salt on the wound. That made my day.
You are such a terrible person.
No, I am not. That is how a best friend does another best friend. He did that to me on camera. On camera. We were running live and 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 when my Astros got eliminated by the Rangers 2 years ago, he had the nerve to clap back at me. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna get you back. So I was just being a loving friend. I was just showing love to him.
Oh, Lord. All right, as we begin the no huddle.
So
Bill
now you know
Belichick.
now you know I do not do that just to you. But I do it even worse to Wyatt because he's my boy.
No, you do it worse than me because we actually do a show together that revolves around the thing that you messed me with.
Oh no! Oh, now I'm really gonna clap back at you. Now that's cold. That's cold right there.
Hey.
I can already hear Wise amening you for that comment. That's a foul stuff right there. That is FOHULL. Foul.
Ain't no foul, it's the truth. like Will Smith said, the truth.
Oh Lord. Lord. I'm sorry.
on,
Chapel Bill. Getting whooped again.
Where we getting at? This is where we at. Because of rumors of UNC exit categorically false. A week after a week of chaos surrounding the North Carolina football team program and Bill Belichick's future in Chapel Hill, the six-time Super Bowl winning coach denied rumors he was looking for an exit and doubled down on his belief that his process, in quotation marks, eventually will lead to a winning team. Mr. Belichick said, quote, reports about my looking for a buyout or trying to leave here is category false. There is zero truth to any of that. I'm glad I'm here. We're working towards our goals. We believe very much in the process. We need to just keep working and grinding away. And that's exactly what we're doing. Close quote.
Woosah.
He did go on to say, quote, things we could have done better, but Riley praised embodiment GM Michael Lombardi as having, quote, done a good job creating the timing of his hire, put North Carolina behind other schools in terms of talent acquisition, and said that regardless of the on-field result for the 2-3 Tar Heels, UNC has made major strides in its performance, saying, quote, it's a learning curve. We're all in it together, but we're making a lot of progress, and the process will eventually produce the results we want, like they have everywhere else I have been. Close quote. I'm gonna go ahead and end that right there.
Stop lying. Okay, so when you were with Cleveland, yeah, you got a playoff victory, but that was hideous. And then you only had a cup of coffee with the Jets because you was jerking their chain because you wanted to be with the Patriots. The only massive success you've had is, of course, the 6 rings with the guy that people say is the greatest quarterback of all time, but he ain't. And your stint as defensive coordinator under Bill Parcells with the Giants in the 1980s. Now, you've been so bad, I forgot you actually had 2 wins on the season. And we know that your rumored of exit is not categorically false because your whole girlfriend don't want you to be on the sideline no more.
Hey, yeesh. Are you saying Miss Jennifer doesn't want Bill Belichick on the sideline?
No, because he's embarrassing her. It's supposed to be.
I thought it was the other way around. She's embarrassing him.
Well, she embarrassed him to get the job, and now he's embarrassing her by being such an abject failure at Chapel Hill. Because she was thinking, oh, yeah, I'm dating the greatest football coach ever to exist, and he's going to turn around a crappy football program that people only know North Carolina for basketball. They suck at football, and he's going to turn them around. They're going to be even better than they were under Mac Brown. Oh, this is going to be great. Oh, my name is going to be up in lights. I'm going to be the female Svengali. Well, I get to be the big time puppet master. The man, oh girl, you know that in the bedroom, but should I even bring that up?
But you did anyway.
The man could be a grandfather, honey. What is wrong with that? His time is done. He should be gone. And the worst mistake North Carolina did was have his name be signed on the dotted line.
Okay. That is the amusing.
And Stephen A. tell Bill Belichick he should be gone from the bench. Tell him.
And for one, you agree with Stephen A. on something?
Actually, I do. For many other different reasons, but I digress.
That's the amusings of Co Johnson.
Musings, but no, that's the truth. Hey, now you know musings. The musings.
If you know what I got there from, you know why I said it.
Yes, the random musings of Fickler.
Now, let me go another route.
Shout out to you, Victor.
Yep, shout out to Victor.
Okay,
everything Mr. Johnson said, I can't really argue against.
Thank you.
But I have something that he can't argue against.
Which is?
What year this is for Bill Belichick in Chapel Hill?
This is his initial year, his first year.
His initial year. So we are, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 5 games in.
I know where you're going with this. Yes.
So we're 5 games in.
Fifth
and all
game
of a sudden,
first year.
So all of a sudden, the sky is falling on North Carolina. Bill Belichick ain't doing what he's supposed to be. The man only coached 5 freaking games at North Carolina. Jeez.
Your program has to actually be good for the sky to actually exist. There ain't no sky.
That's how they acting.
There ain't no sky in North Carolina.
That's how they acting. Like
that was the case before he got there.
The man is 5 games in.
Yeah, and the program looks the same as it did before.
Do y'all?
But I know where you're going with this. Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Johnson, when a certain holiday comes up next month, right? Mm-hmm. Do you want that food cooked in the microwave, or do you want it cooked on the stove and in the oven?
If it's being prepared for the first time,
yes, being prepared for the first time.
Yeah, the stove or the grill or the oven.
Hello, you Carolina dummies. It takes time to build a football program. You don't get it off of. And by the way, that's because he's a 6-time Super Bowl champion. That is the NFL, not the NCAA.
Yeah, different league and different business altogether.
So why my co-host says things that I can't argue with, and I'm not going to argue with, because that might be half of the truth right there. But you want to know the other half of the truth? The man only coached 5 games.
You're right. I can't argue with that either. You're right.
That's a whole new different team from last year. Don't it take time to learn the program, to know what you're gonna do on offense, what you're gonna do on defense?
Okay. All right. The rule of thumb normally is if a coach gets hired in college, you normally don't see a team full of recruits of his until his third year. That normally is the rule of thumb.
So North Carolina, do me a favor. Shut up. Continue being about school for right now until Bill Belichick, either one, he wants to leave, which my co-hosts believe he wants to leave. Or two, let him build the program.
Yeah, we're building it as slow as we can. We're making progress as we go. Everything is fine. We're on to California. Well, Bill, what about the rumors even? We're on to California. But Bill, how about your girlfriend laying a spread eagle so you can pat tattoo? We're on to California.
I do need one of those interviews though. I do need one of those. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious if he pulled that off in college. That would be fun as I don't know what.
Any other questions? Thank you. Door's there. Bye.
By the way, that's a very good imitation of Bill Belichick.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
I've never thought you would pull that one out.
Oh, that one's easy to pull out.
So either you on the Coach Johnson side of things and Bill Belichick, get the heck out of here. Just leave football altogether. That's pretty much what Coach Johnson is saying. Let's leave football altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Or you be on my side and just say, okay, you know what, Bill? We're going to wait. We're going to let you do your thing. See what we get.
Or be on God's side and said, it might be your time, son.
Jeez, y'all killing me at this.
I'm not wanting it to happen, but that's God.
Man, y'all killing me. Not my coach, but y'all killing me with this. Every report got to come out somewhere. But can the man just coach North Carolina for his first year and see where he goes from there? Can we just do that?
I'm still.
Matter of fact, when the last time the men even had interest in North Carolina when it came to football?
Again, well, see, when Mac Brown was at the school, and they showed some type of success, but of this nature, never. Not even when Julius Peppers and long before him, Lawrence Taylor was there.
Matter of fact, did Coach Brown in Colorado, did they do good in their first year?
Oh, they sucked their first year. They won 3 of their first 4, and then they lost. Let me see. Then lost 7 of their last 8. So they ended up with a 4-8 record.
But y'all did let Deion do what he do, right? Deion doing what he doing, right? All right, then.
And then the second year they got to a bowl. So yeah.
Let the man live.
And now Colorado has mostly Deion Sanders recruits.
We don't want microwave food in college. We want the roasted turkey ham from the oven college. It takes time, but when it's done, you love it.
Yeah, you're right, man. I can't argue that.
From one coach in Chapel Hill to Midwest Big Red coach, Matt Rule. You might be able to say that depending on how this goes.
All right.
Rule loves Nebraska but doesn't shut down Penn State talk.
Lord have mercy, son.
Matt Rule professes love for living and working in Nebraska and trying to return the Cornhuskers to the upper echelon of college football. Mm-hmm. That said, he did nothing Monday to shut down speculation that he could be up for the Penn State job, which opened on Sunday's firing of James Franklin. Mr. Cole Jones, we'll have that article for you in the next segment.
What article?
Oh, the James Franklin article.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Will's name surfaced immediately as the front runner because of his ties to Penn State. He was a walk-on linebacker at Penn State under Joe Paterno in the 1990s. Met his wife at the school and is close friends with the athletic director, Pat Kraft.
Oh, Lord.
Kraft hired Rule in 2012 at Temple, where he coached for 4 years before leaving for Baylor. Rule left for Baylor after 3 years and coached for the Carolina Panthers for 2+ seasons. He came to Nebraska in December of 2022, hired by former athletic director Trevor Alberts. Rule is 17-14 in 3 seasons in Lincoln. The Huskies are 5-1 and enter the Associated Press poll this week at 25. Matt Rule said, quote, "This place is elite." Run that back. Matt Rule is 17-14 in 3 seasons in Lincoln. The Huskies are 5-1 and enter the Associated Press poll this week at 25. Matt Rule said, quote, "This place is elite." Okay. Yeah, it still didn't sound right the second time I read that. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. I got off track.
Okay, so he says this place is elite.
He also says, "And I want to be a great father and I want to be a great college football coach, so I am not going to talk to a lot about job openings when they come," close quote.
Oh, no, he's not. Okay.
Go ahead, because my thoughts are not FSC ways approved.
Oh, they're not. Oh, they're not FCC approved. Okay. All right. Mr. Rule. Sir, I've seen how you have been, sir. This is how you were at Baylor. You sold people on the bill of goods that you were in on the program, that you were 10 toes down, wanted to be in Baylor. Then you saw the NFL call. You jumped at the chance and you miserably failed at Carolina. But I can't fault you there. I mean, they have how can I put this in a very nice manner? They had a GM and an owner that was just as successful as you. Yeah, that means they were both as horrible as you are. But that's besides the point. And then here is your redemption job, being in the middle of the being in the middle of the Midwest in Nebraska. And now there is a position that opens up, and you have an extensive amount of history there, from playing with the program to meeting your wife there. But you will not say, quote, "Yeah, I am actually thinking about going there," close quote, or quote, "I am 10 toes down in Nebraska and that is that. I'm going nowhere," close quote. You're being non-committal. I understand this. See, this is a trick that men and women hoes pull off. You have a person who they think is the main, but then you have 3 others that you paint as them being side chicks and side hoes. But you go to the other 3 and you will tell you'll tell them to their face, "You're the main guy or you're the main girl." The other 3, they are side chicks. That's what you're doing in this position. You're making Nebraska feel as though they're the main chick, but they the side hoe. They the side piece because you want to go to another school. I won't mention the school. I'll do that a little later. But you want to go there. You have that itch. Go there because you really haven't done anything in Nebraska. Now, unlike Mr. Chapel Bill, you are now in your 3rd year at Nebraska, and it almost looks like the ceiling has been reached. Now, you're having a good season here, 5-1 thus far, but let's be completely forthright here. Nebraska, I mean, the only big time school you really played this year was Michigan, and you allowed Michigan to go roughshod over you. running over 200 yards against you. And then when we look down to the schedule, let me see. So you host USC in November. You also host Northwestern later this month. Of course, your big time rival is Iowa. You end with them. You host them, and then you travel before then to the school I will not mention, where you will have a homecoming. And guess what? You'll have to field that question all that week long, more so than now. So you better be prepared and stop being non-committal. Either you want to be in Nebraska and you announce that, or you want to go somewhere else and you announce that. But don't treat this as a situation where the others are side pieces, but where you are is the main chick. And then when you go to that other place, they're the main chick and the others are side hoes. Stop being a hoe in this situation, Rule. Either commit to Nebraska or you commit somewhere else.
Matt Rule. Let's see. Has Matt Rule had any success in Nebraska?
Well, I mean, other than recently, no. I mean, he's 5-1 this year, but the first 2 years have been horrible.
Okay. Is Nebraska elite?
Nebraska hasn't been elite since Tom Osborne was running that program. And we're talking 25 to 30 years ago. You know, when Tommy Frazier was the quarterback of the school. When they won back-to-back national championships. That is when the program was elite. Starting when Texas beat Nebraska in the Big 12 championship in 1996, the program hasn't come close to those statures and that mountaintop ever since then. And we are now coming upon 29 years since that has happened.
Nebraska has gone 7 seasons without a winning record before finishing 7-6 last season.
Yes, sir. Problem?
I didn't know 7-6 was elite.
7-6 is not. It's you're bowl eligible, which that makes me want to throw up. But elite, no. I mean, but I'll put it this way: he gets invited to the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Bowl. You know, he gets invited to the Sweet and Low Bowl.
How about he gets invited to the Dayquil Bowl?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
There's nothing elite about Nebraska.
Yeah, he gets invited to the Swisher Sweet Bowl. He's thinking he gets invited to a bowl that makes the program elite. No, it's not. The red and white clad school hasn't sniffed elitism for 3 decades now, and it's not going to sniff it this year either. Now, you may have a good record. You probably have the best record probably since the mid-90s, but elite? No, sir. No, sir. Laughingstock for many years, yes. Elite, no.
No, I'm going to pass this off to my coach before I get in trouble.
Okay, so Texas Tech, which they have been rolling this year, they may stumble a little bit because their quarterback, Baron Morton, is considered day-to-day. He is considered day-to-day as the 7th-ranked Red Raiders after coming out of a game for the 3rd time this season, and the second because of his right leg being hurt while being sacked. That status is before their game on Saturday. Now, the Red Raiders coach, Joey McGuire, he said on Monday, quote, "That dude's the toughest kid I've ever coached. His pain tolerance and just toughness and care factor is really high. So he's day to day. We'll see how he feels. Close quote. Now, Morton was injured this past Saturday night on the sack in the second quarter of a 42-17 romping of Kansas. McGuire said that the injury was similar to the one the coach called a hyperextended right knee sustained in the opener against Arkansas Pine Bluff. Now, the injury in that game came before halftime. The final score of that game was 67-7. McGuire, after that game, McGuire said about the current injury as opposed to that game, quote, he feels a lot better than what he did after the Arkansas Pine Bluff game. Close quote. Now, in another game, September 20th, Texas Tech led by just a touchdown when Morton exited a 34-10 victory at Salt Lake City against then number 16 Utah early in the second half after taking a hard hit to the helmet on the scramble. Now, on the season, Morton's completed one of the 152 passes, decent rating of 68.4% for 1,501 yards with 13 touchdowns and just 3 INTs. 2 of those picks came against the Utes before injury. Now, do you think that this is par for the course for the year, or do you think that this is a danger that's oncoming for the good fortunes that has befallen the Red Raiders this year?
Day to day is actually probably as best you can get when it comes to an injury.
Yeah.
However, we're just talking about the quarterback for the Red Raiders.
The quarterback, yeah.
And we all know what quarterback means in football.
Yeah, it's the most important position on the team. Yeah.
At the same time, Texas Tech does do something that travels no matter where you go.
Defense.
So that might be the saving grace for the Red Raiders. That might be the saving grace. But we shall see, because we will be previewing this game in the campus tour.
Now, the Red Raiders, they are 6-0 on the season. They are a perfect 3-0 in the Big 12. They have amassed their highest AP Top 25 ranking in 17 years. Yeah, that was, of course, when Mr. Michael Crabtree caught a touchdown pass to upset then number 1 ranked Texas. And Lubbock went absolutely crazy at the end of that game, to tell you how long that was. In fact, I think that was actually November the 1st of 2008. They get ready to play Saturday at the defending Big 12 champions pad, Arizona State. They're 4-2. They are now 2-1 in Big 12 play. And this is a team that the Red Raiders have beaten last year. Well, staying in the state, but going from the Big 12 to the SEC, Texas A&M running back Le'Veon Moss will miss significant time because of an ankle injury. Now, Coach Mike Elko announced the injury on Monday after the team's leading rusher was injured in the first half of Saturday's win over Florida that improved the 4th-ranked Aggies to also a record of 6-0. Elko said, quote, he's going to have to go get it looked at, and we'll kind of figure out where it's at. It certainly will not end his season, but it's going to be a significant amount of time. Close quote. Now, Moss had 5 catches, 46 yards, and it was highlighted by a 22-yard touchdown run in that game. And this was before he was injured in the second quarter this past Saturday. Now, he leads the Aggies with 70 carries for 389 yards and 6 touchdowns. It's the second straight season he has sustained such an injury after he missed the last 4 games of the previous season because of a knee injury. Elko went on to laud and throw praises upon one Mr. Moss by saying, quote, I love Le'Veon. I wish Le'Veon was healthy. We're going to miss him. He's been a warrior for this program. He's given us everything he had to get ready for this season. I hope this goes as fast and as smooth as it can, but injuries are a part of SEC football. And if we're going to allow injuries to impact or derail things, we can't do that. Close quote. Your thoughts on what might be a big time injury that will befall this top 5 program? Yeah. Yeah.
You okay over there?
Oh my gosh, that just tastes so nasty to say. Oh my gosh.
This is a use below, in my opinion. Can the backup running back fill the void, or would the quarterback, if I believe it's Reeves, can he take up the slack from the running game? Because come on, you watched the Notre Dame Nebraska, you watched the Notre Dame A&M game. Notre Dame couldn't tackle that man.
No, they couldn't tackle at all.
I mean, of course, you seen what he did to my Gators last week before he got injured.
And I'm pissed at the Gators because of it.
I don't know why.
Yeah, one job.
Like that job was gonna get done. Let's be for real. You mad for no reason. That's like you was mad at Temple week 2. Like, it's Temple. What are you talking about?
You handled Texas. A&M sucks.
Since when?
And you got housed.
Did you not watch them boys play? Or was you just too busy being thrown up to actually pay attention to how this team is playing?
I watched it and I threw up at the same time.
So you know this team is for real.
Look, A&M is A&M. If I were to not be biased, they are at least a top 10 program. I think they will. I think they will stumble somewhere, and I did not think they would stumble against Florida at home either. But it would be good if they did stumble.
I know it'd be good for you. That's what I said. That's why I went at you. Your fandom makes you say stupid stuff.
No, my fandom makes me say true stuff. Now, my analytical hat is, yeah, they're one. They actually, if they keep going, they will be in the playoffs easily. They should, because they could actually run the possibility, even though the schedule was probably getting a little tougher. They actually could run the possibility of only losing one game, maybe 2, in the season, and they probably would be one of the 2 representatives in the SEC championship game. I could say that. That's the analyst hat. The fan hat is, I want them to tank every single game. And it's too bad we don't have more injuries such as Le'Veon Moss.
That's terrible. That's just terrible.
But I'll put the analyst hat back on. Le'Veon, sorry that you're hurting. We here at Gridiron on the Ground do not want or wish or pray for any injuries whatsoever.
No. And this man came at me, and I'm looking at him. My own team, I can't respond to him like, be for real. No, darn well we weren't winning that game. Especially at that place, too.
Well, yes, I know. Kyle Field's a madhouse. College Station is a hard place to play. But still, Florida had one job.
Oh, no, they did their job. They did it very well, too.
And they looked stellar the week before in the swamp against Texas.
Nah, hold on. I'm going to be honest. They did what I wanted. They competed. I knew we was out, man. But I said, if y'all can just compete, I'm good. They competed. And when they got to the 4th quarter, A&M said, all right, it's time to put y'all out of here. That's it. Tired of saying white. I'm pretty much what A&M did in the 4th quarter. We tired of looking at white jerseys. Get out of here. I mean, they only won by 17. You got like they blew us out.
No, it wasn't a blowout. Yes. Yes, the Gators fought, and they made it a game, but yes, the better.
Let me do it like Cole Johnson.
Team won.
Let me do Cole Johnson. Florida, I would love for you to be A&M. I would love for you to thrash them. But to put it simply, you're outmatched, and I can't go with you.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I understand, and yes, you're right. Texas A&M on that given game and that given Saturday was the better team.
Uh,
The Aggies play the first of 3 straight road games this Saturday in Fayetteville against Arkansas.
ooh, that could
What?
be tricky.
They actually are not playing this game in Dallas. I'm surprised. I guess their lease of that game must be up. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, but that could be tricky. But they should be able to handle the Razorbacks. Although, yes, the Razorbacks are another one of the Longhorns' fiercest rivals. I'll root for the Razorbacks over the Aggies any day of the week, and twice on Sunday. Well, from a running back that is licking wounds to possible teams licking um, their palms, licking the greenbacks they're counting or not counting. USC and Michigan, they questioned the proposed Big Ten private capital deal. Now, this $2 billion plus private capital deal is facing headwinds after a joint meeting Tuesday afternoon between trustees at Michigan and USC led to unified questions about the plan. And this is sources who were in on the call telling this to ESPN. The schools discussed their shared skepticism during the call. Now, one sticking point would be the following: the deal doesn't address the root issue, soaring costs, that has made the need for cash so imperative for athletic departments. Excuse me, Playmaker. Soapbox time. TKO, stop being greedy. Make the
TKO.
money you're supposed to make, lower the prices, and do right by the fans. In soapbox.
You had to throw wrestling in here.
Just providing short-term money, sources said, does not solve that issue. You heard that, TKO? I'm sorry, my bad. Woosah. The schools also noted pending federal legislation that makes predicting the future of college athletes difficult, as well as a general apprehension at selling equity in a university asset, like the conference media rights. Both the Wolverines and the Trojans believe that there are funding options that can provide superior terms and would like to slow down the process and explore them, sources said. The goal, the meeting agreed, should be to help the Big Ten schools that need money, like Minnesota, like Rutgers, maybe to a lesser degree like Maryland, but they do profit from being near the nation's capital. I digress. But at the most favorable terms imaginable without giving up equity. Although the questions are numerous, it is not certain how much influence the trustees can yield on the proposal, let alone change even stop the process. The complicated agreement remains fluid and continues to be negotiated and worked on, meaning despite the current opposition, a deal still might be worked out. Okay, your thoughts on one of your favorite schools in Michigan basically balking at the Big Ten wanting to have this private capital deal go into effect.
Before I go, can you read that last paragraph? No, not the last paragraph. So where you stopped at, not the one below it, but the one right underneath that one.
Oh, you mean that said, having the two of having two?
Right? No, after that one.
Okay, here we go. The framework of the groundbreaking deal would send a significant infusion of money in the range in the neighborhood of nearly 100 million at minimum to each of the Big Ten schools. Now, in exchange of that, the league would spin off a new entity, Big Ten Enterprises, which would hold all league-wide television rights and sponsorship contracts through 2046. Individual schools still would retain local radio and other deals.
Mm-hmm. So, and Coach Johnson, you know this better than me.
Mm-hmm.
In every decision that needs to be made, there's always pros and cons.
Yeah.
So, in this instance, the reason why I want you to read that prayer because it was like Does it really strike as a negative thing if they was to make this deal happen?
For the large part, no. I mean, if each program can stand to actually profit $100 million at minimum, that isn't really a bad deal.
Because I understand where the USC and Michigan coming from, but from what you just read, I mean, is he really that bad?
Okay, so here's the deal. If we were talking about the NFL, of course, this would be great and this would be a win-win, right? But since we're talking college, we're talking this is amateur athletics. Although, yes, now these wonderful players, and rightfully so, I may add, they are making money on their own too, and I'm happy that they are. They should. I mean, they have been making money off these. They've been making money for these schools, and off the backs of them, from not earning a doggone dime, these schools have been earning millions, if not tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions every year because of it. This is a sign again of the times. You're having a program where you're having a conference that basically does not want to be caught in arrears. They've been seeing the SEC how they work. They have been the big dogs, especially in football, in terms of all of college football for at least the last 30 years. And so the Big Ten wants to they want to be the big dog themselves, and they want to do something. It's very childish. It's very immature. They want to go to the SEC and be like, we're doing this, and you're not. That's what they want to do. I mean, this whole thing is very childish. So it's in the race of who could be the big boy first. Now, to each and every one of the was it now 16 schools that comprise of the Big 12, a Big 10.
I think it's 18.
Well, probably it's 18 now. Okay. So each of the 18 schools that comprise of the Big 10, should this be a thing that you frown upon? No. And this is this is just making money from that. It's not talking about making money off of other things too. It's making money off of this particular deal alone. So is it a bad thing in terms of money? No, but you're talking about amateur athletics. And of course, palms are supposed to get greased. And now betting is king in the sport. And you have this issue where the last bastion of athletics that's clean and antiseptic and meritocracy stands head and shoulders above everything else, now is being put into question because now you have a conference that's like, show me the money. That's the problem. Now, I'm not saying that it's a problem for me, but that's the perception problem.
Well, we know where USC and Michigan stand at. Haven't heard from Ohio State.
Well, yeah, USA and Michigan, they basically were like, we want things status quo. It sounds like the other 16 schools are like, and the big one that matters the most right now, their mum, which means I think they like it. Now, shares of ownership of the Big Ten enterprises would fall to the league's 18 schools, the conference office, and the Capital Group, an investment fund that's tied to the University of California's pension system. The University of California Pension Fund would receive a 10% stake in Big Ten enterprises, which is funny. University of California, they're not tied to the Big Ten. They're now tied to the ACC, but I digress. And would hold typical minority investor rights, but no direct control, sources said. The exact equity amounts per school in the Big Ten enterprises are still being negotiated. Now, that to me is the sticking point between USC and Michigan. Because I get the feeling, and you could chime in on this if you like, I'm thinking the issue is not if this is a bad thing with the schools, but can they get a bigger share of the pie since they're one of the bigger programs, two of the bigger programs? I'm sort of feeling that more than anything, in my opinion. What say you on that?
Greedy heifers.
Mm-hmm. Because that's what I see. I think that's the sticky point for them. I don't think it's don't do it at all. I think it's Rutgers that don't really compete, don't really do much. They shouldn't get $100 million and we get $100 million. No, people pay to see us. They pay to see Ohio State. They pay to see Michigan. They pay to see USC. We drive the money, and now the bigger power later, Oregon. We are the revenue drivers. That's what I'm seeing. The money infusion is believed to be acutely needed at a number of Big Ten schools that are struggling with debt service on new construction, rising operational expenses, and providing additional scholarships and direct revenue. For example, $20.5 million this year and expected to rise annually to athletes. Now, the Big Ten has argued that the deal would alleviate financial strain and help middle and lower tier Big Ten schools compete in football against the Southeastern Conference. What did I say to you earlier in this? We're doing this before you are, SEC. And that's what the Big 12, that's what the Big Ten wants to do. Oh, I love this. The war with which big boy conference is going to be the big boy on the block continues with this. And hey, SEC, it looks like USC and Michigan might block it. But if 16 out of 18 schools are for it, unfortunately, those two will be on the outside looking in. But they'll at least be $100 million richer for 30 years. And that concludes the No Huddle.
We're going to take a break.
That was fun.
So I can just sit back here and laugh at the Big Ten for a minute.
That was fun talking about that. Yeah.
For being very childish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then when we come back, we'll get into what took place in week 7. Get your popcorn. Get your popcorn. Get your drinks. Because you in for another treat this week.
Cool McCain.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there, seen LA Knight. Oh, okay. And then LA Knight hopped out the car. Let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these two kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Play Caller Sports Talk YouTube channel.
WWE Shop is your online source for all things WWE. Be a part of the site, man, and score wrestling gear for big events like WrestleMania or SummerSlam. From current superstars to legends, from Raw to SmackDown to NXT. Don't miss this chance to shop for the most awesome WWE merch. Shop for the best deals as well as WWE gift cards and save big on your favorite items. WWE Shop at Fanatics Experience.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Into the Net FC.
Kylian Mbappe just all of a sudden finally understood his role, and I think he finally understood that everything Kylian Mbappe has accomplished already there is still a hell of a lot waiting for him in the future. Finally seeing, the Marcus Rashford we have been hoping for such a long time, But, this game, after everything Manchester United has been, doing lately, this was actually the ultimate test, to see if Manchester United, honestly was all of a sudden for real.
I explained this. The United States, maybe they have to suffer this loss as a lesson to learn to prepare for the future. Because 4 years from now, the World Cup is in not one, not two, but 3 countries. The United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. Into the Net FC is available on all streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts.
Sports fans are gearing up, whether it be for the madness of March, whether it be for the Super Bowl, or even a little thing called WrestleMania. You can get all that at Fanatics, where they have a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, the NCAA, and the WWE. So go on and show that pride, that passion, that dedication fan that you are by whipping your team, your league, all your favorite players. Fanatics, official license, every day.
Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Wilson, Brianna Stewart 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out. On the Playmaker's blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts.
Welcome back, Shane.
Welcome back to Bearing Down the Gridiron with the Playmaker. I'm Cole Johnson. And that was a wonderful no huddle. Don't you agree, Playmaker?
This man here and his background visuals.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Welcome back to Bearing Down the Gridiron on this Wednesday. All right, those of you who are listening on the radio, Mr. Johnson has changed his background once again to a ridiculous thing.
Ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Not the truth.
I love Dallas. Shout out to my man Ben Southern III, the owner, the manipulator, the operator of the BSV Network. Shout out to my man King Dawk, Ivan Dawkins. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, my brother. I hope you are enjoying stuff, enjoying life, enjoying your wife, enjoying your fam. I hope everything is good with you, man. We're going to catch up real soon. And shout out to many other people that I do love who live in the Dallas area, both in the recent and distant past.
How you feel about the Dallas Mavericks?
The Dallas Mavericks, right now, they're 0-0. When we get to next Tuesday, I want the number in the loss column to stack up.
How you feel about SMU?
SMU. The best thing to happen to SMU was Good Lord, fine. The best they have at SMU was when you had Craig James and Eric Dickerson with the Pony Express run roughshod in Texas Stadium, and then the death penalty happened later that decade.
How do you feel about the Dallas Cowboys?
I think the Cowboys offensively they're decent. Defensively they're absolutely horrible and trash. But the team I have no issue with. I think they're great. Their fandom sucks. Come on now. Don't give me that. Well, give me the rings. One of the worst travesties I've heard. When the Cowboys Eagles game was on last month, and someone was asking questions saying what's good about the Cowboys. One woman said 6 rings. Where's the 6th? They've been stuck on 5 since 1996. Where's the 6th ring?
There's only one team, actually 2 teams in the NFL that has 6.
Yes, and neither of them on the Cowboys.
Nope.
I was like, 6 rings? When, heifer? When did they win the 6th ring? I'm like, 6 rings. But that right there typifies Cowboys fan. Delusional blue and silver colored glasses. They think they're going to go to Super Bowl every year. They still were saying they was going to go to Super Bowl this year after Gerald traded Micah Parsons out of the city. Cowboys fan. Come on now. Do better.
That's more like it.
Now, the Stars and the Rangers, you all can go take a flying leap.
The Gridiron Roundup from week 7. Where do we begin?
But I still love Dallas.
You know what's funny, though? You know what's funny, Mr. Johnson?
What is funny, sir?
What if I told you I was prepared for you to do that?
Well, I figured because you were peppering me with questions, basically that was softball questions for me to go in on all Dallas teams. Horned Frogs, you pissed me off.
Oh man! First, before I get to that part, would you do the honors?
Quote: the Mike Noel era at FSU or Florida State. Close quote. Pittsburgh smashes the Knowles and Doak Campbell.
That's not what I put on. That's not what I put
Panther
on.
Panther slashes Noel and Doak Campbell. Oh my gosh. Fine, I read it the way that you wrote
it. 34-31.
This is ridiculous.
The Pitt Panthers went to Doak Campbell Stadium and came out victorious.
That is ridiculous. And I'm not even a Florida State fan. That's ridiculous.
I shouldn't be laughing because when I actually did this, it was me being serious. Because Smiling Jackass shouldn't be the only one in the state of Florida worrying about his job going forward.
He shouldn't.
I said he shouldn't be the only one worried about his job going forward.
I'm sorry. So Mike Noel should be Taggart before him, waiting for GoFundMe's to have him be ousted from his position.
Even though it's now already happening because, Tyler hasn't been very quiet lately.
Yeah. Well, they've been quiet lately because they've been not so great these last few weeks. But before then, they were all on cloud 9 because they was whipping everybody. And they had a big time dub against Alabama. And people thought
that was week 1.
Florida State is back.
That was week 1.
Yeah. Echoes of Bobby Bowden are here. Yeah, we back, baby.
Week 1, and then guess what? 6 weeks later.
And they went to Charlottesville. Ow! Then they hosted Miami. Ow! Now they hosted Pitt. Ow! 3 straight L's. Sad.
You know what makes it even more disappointing than Florida State? Pitt quarterback threw 2 picks. And he still came out victorious.
And still, they won. They were like Pitt was like Maya Angelou, and still I rise.
What's going on down in Florida State? I'm being very serious, even though I'm a Gator. I'm being very serious. What is going on in Florida State right now?
Well, they might be too busy worrying about what Ron DeSantis is doing. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
You know what? He can actually do that because that was still one of the stupidest things he ever said out of his stupid mouth.
I agree. Us. And for those who don't know,
and matter of fact, ever since then, Florida State has not recovered.
And for those who don't know, the governor's mansion and Florida State are not too far from each other. So there you go.
Hey, not that far from FAMU either.
But
about FAMU.
And FAMU is even closer to Florida State than the governor's mansion is to Florida.
Literally
State.
right across. You can literally walk.
You can walk across. A street. You walk across the street. You walk from one campus to the other. Yeah.
That might be the only good thing why I didn't go to Tallahassee. Probably got in more trouble there than I did in Orlando.
Oh, going through Florida State co-eds and FAMU co-eds.
Hey man, there's a party on over at Florida State. Nothing but 10 steps. Let's go.
Yeah, and shout out to FAMU. One of my cousins graduated from the pharmacy school. She did her thing. So yeah, congrats to her.
But seriously, Mike Noel, you might need to be on the hot seat too, not just Billy Napier. At least we know with Billy Napier, we ain't had high expectations. You can just give us 8 wins again. We'll call it what it is. You went from being undefeated to this.
Well, in Billy Napier's case, he better start running the table.
True, knowing him, he might start to. That's you want to be completely honest. That's what everybody's scared of in Gainesville right now. He might have to go run the table again. And we have to do this all over again.
Yeah. But you know what's so messed up though? Mike Noel. I think he is still living off of the grace of the 2023 season. You know, they went undefeated until they got waxed at Georgia. I mean, not at Georgia, but they got waxed against Georgia in Orange Bowl. I couldn't remember which of the Big Time Bowls they were invited to.
63-3.
And Florida State decided to be in their feelings and not have all of their starters play. I'm like, good Lord, really? And back to Governor DeSantis. He wanted to sue the NCAA because how dare they not be invited to be one of the 4 top teams in the NCAA. Mr. DeSantis, governor, you live in a country the same as I and the same as the NCAA. Freedom of choice. They looked at resumes. They thought Florida State's wasn't as good as the 4 they selected. Oh, well, that happens. Get over it. And I still believe Noel is still living off of the grace of that year.
As Canada would put it, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. And I still believe Noel is living off of the grace of that year, even now. Because I'm like, you had a crappy 2024, and right now you're having a bland 2025. Started off great. Now it's looking pretty terrible.
We can understand the Miami loss.
The Miami loss is understandable, but the two that sandwiches that loss, both of them are inexcusable and inexplicable. How you lose to Virginia? Not saying Virginia's a horrible team; they're ranked now. But how do you lose to Virginia when you're supposed to be a better team than they are, and you were ranked in the top 10 then, and you lose to Pitt at home, and Pitt is no great shakes.
Florida State fans, y'all might be joining Gator fans and like, it might be time to start thinking about a new coach. Because this ain't going well.
Again, like I said, be prepared. Like with Willie Taggart before him, they might start a GoFundMe to get him out of there.
From Florida State being terrible to oh boy.
Nittany Lions nipped again. I'm sorry. Nittany Lions nipped again. Northwestern stuns Penn State. Why me? Why me?
Go ahead. I'll let you just go.
So Penn State, they traveled back to Happy Valley from Pasadena when they
Sad Valley.
where they got whooped to the tune of giving up 280 yards on the ground in a 42-37 loss in which they were behind 27-7 at the half of that game. They came home, correct me if I'm wrong, were they a 21 point or 24 point favorite?
So against the winless UCLA Bruins last week, there was a 24.5 point favorite.
Okay, so they're 24.5 point favorite. So they were 21 point favorite in this game. Okay.
They flew home as a 20.5 point favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And this happened.
Yes. So we were thinking, okay, well, they took it on the chin the last time they played at home to Oregon. It was a tough, hard-fought game, but they lost it in overtime to a bad decision by Drew Allard. We'll talk about him in a second. They travel over across the country. They basically have shown that they have no defensive line presence because they got ran over 280 yards in that L there. They fly back to Sad Valley to face a hapless Northwestern squad. And although they went into halftime leading 14-13, let's be completely honest. They put forth, talking about Penn State, a putrid performance. An absolute dumpster fire of a performance. 22-21 was the final score. Northwestern beats Penn State, and Penn State goes down for a third consecutive game.
Northwestern.
And it is ridiculous. And this is the worst of the three L's they took. Now, yes, the UCLA loss was bad enough because they were a winless team before the dub. But at least that was in the Rose Bowl. This was at home against a team against a team one person expects to win every game that Northwestern plays.
Not even that person expects them to win one game.
No, he may vote against them, but I know he thinks Northwestern is in every single game.
Sure, him and Mike Greeny was looking stupid at TV. Is that the right?
I'm sorry. Well, yeah, but yeah, I would think even Greeny would say, I don't think so. But the one that you're talking about, we know personally, and he probably would say, I was feeling upset here.
No.
Oh Lord.
I confirmed it on Monday. I was on the show Monday.
So Lord have mercy. That's
you're looking at the TV like, hold on. Did they make a mistake? Did the scorekeeper make a say, no, that's the right score. No, that's the right score. No, that's the final score. No, that is it. Northwestern wins.
That's
like I say, had him and Mike Green looking stupid at the TV. Did we just win? Yes.
Yes, you did win. You definitely did win. Oh my goodness.
Now, unfortunately for Drew Allard, he is gone for the season.
Yeah, he is gone for the season. That's the messed up part. That is the messed up part about the whole thing. He's gone for the year. But I'll say this, Northwestern, I guess Penn State, they lost to a good team. They're 2-1 in the Big Ten, and they're 4-2 overall.
And by the way, Coach Johnson wants to thank Northwestern for one thing.
What's the one thing I want to thank him for? Oh, this hurts my heart. Penn State. The fact that the athletic director looked at that 4-21 putrid record against top 10 schools, he said, that played a whole big time role in getting James Franklin, one of the greatest college football coaches, fired.
No. This is where I call BS on the AD.
He received he received the big slip the day after the game and the loss to Northwestern. Okay, so why are you calling BS on the AD?
You just said it. if the big game record was the factor in this, you didn't do it after they lost to Oregon.
No.
You didn't do it after they lost to a winless Bruins team in sunny California.
No, they did not.
You did it after they lost to Northwestern.
Well, we got to understand. Okay. Northwestern. See, this is a school full of doctors, lawyers, engineers, and journalists. Highbrow journalists.
I ain't Vanderbilt.
Well, I mean, Northwestern is considered the Ivy League school of the Big Ten. And other than a couple of years that I know, we can ask Snowman, and he'll rip off the years that Northwestern were the big boys of the Big Ten block. They've been basically patsies in the Big Ten. They just have. And you had James Franklin lose to a patsy. But it is like what the athletic director of Penn State said. But 4-21 for the record, he stayed getting and taking top 10 L's. I mean, I can't help it. He stayed taking top 10 L's. And you just heard it right there from the athletic director. That weighed and played a huge part in having James Franklin get gone. But that was hard.
Jack, and don't you come back no more.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. What you said? Sorry. So that was Oregon. But then you went to Pasadena. And you must have left your wallet there or your purse or whatever, because that job rented you to call UCLA your daddy. And I mean, you were turning tricks like you were wearing a G-string. You were taking it all slow. I don't know what the deal was. But you received a good pounding in Pasadena, both on the field and in the sideline and in the hotel room. I don't know what to say about that, son. But you took a pounding. You took a beating. And then you went back home. You figured you'd be great, but unfortunately, Northwestern, you had to admit, I get ran through. I don't understand it. I don't understand. You were whole for. I thought you were whole for top 10 teams. I just don't understand. I thought you was a whole for the top 10 teams, that you just laid down for them, that you stayed taking L's to top 10 teams, but now. You admit to Northwestern, your latest daddy, you get ran through.
Where does he come up with this stuff?
I don't understand it. You get ran through. And then you got fired. And you got fired. It actually pissed me off. It pissed me off because I was waiting to unveil this in 3 weeks' time. I was waiting to unveil this one. Ohio State. It's the best sex I ever had.
Oh, gosh.
Because we knew Ohio State and Columbus was going to give you that work. And then you were going to be walking like you're going to be walking as if you received the biggest pounding of your life. Legs all wide open. You'd be staggering. You'd be smiling and be aching at the same time. And then you be in Columbus, just be like, I don't understand it. Every time I come to Columbus and every time I see this team, except for once, I received the biggest pounding of my life. It's like they think I'm a porn star. I don't get it. Ohio State
Why is he
is
this way? Why?
the best sex you've ever had, but you don't get a chance to. But you don't get a chance to sample from that fruit this year because you decided to play so bad everywhere else. You decided to have other daddies in Pasadena and in Evanston. That it wasn't that you stayed taking top 10 L's. You said that you had UCLA mount you and have you be close to say that you his daddy. You said to the Northwestern daddy you get ran through, and now you won't ever get to say to your big daddy that Ohio State is the best sex you ever had.
Why is he doing James Franklin like this? Oh my gosh. Why is he doing James Franklin? This is ridiculous. This is terrible. What is going on here? What is going on here?
Oh my!
I have no idea what's going on anymore.
What? What did I do? What did I say?
I have no idea what's going on anymore.
What did I do? What did I say?
The graphics.
But I mean,
if you listen on Real Rise Radio, you do not understand what's going on unless you come over to the YouTube channel and watch the video. Oh my gosh, this man here is out of control. He is out of control. Oh my gosh.
He meant to Northwestern. He gets ran through. I don't know what to say.
And you know what frights me even more? Now I gotta feel that Snowman gonna come across this and he gonna cut this whole segment off. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I'm getting dizzy from laughing hard. But he got ran through by Northwestern.
Matter of fact, get a drink of water because you up next with the next one too.
He got ran through by Northwestern. He called USA his daddy. Now he can't say to Ohio State that's the best sex he ever had. I mean, he says it every November. I mean, that's the thing he says. That's the thing he says 3 weeks before every Thanksgiving. So he didn't get to say it no more. Come on, James. You disappointed. Well, no, you disappointed your orifice.
Well, going from him having fun with James Franklin to this.
It's all golden in Texas. Longhorns stomp Sooners in Dallas. Again.
You want me to do the honors, or you
could do all the honors, please.
I'll do the honors. 23-6. The Texas Longhorns defeat the Oklahoma Sooners. And speaking of running, it looked like OU didn't have no running game whatsoever.
No, they did not. No, they did not. They were stopped at the gate. And I mean that offense couldn't do anything. They managed 2 field goals in the first half, but that was it. Mateer looked like he was running for his life.
There were 3 picks. Arch Maney, 21-27, 166 in the touchdown. Weisner with 97 yards on the ground. And somebody wanted to cuss me out because Texas started playing good. What they got to do with me? They ain't my team.
Pissed me off.
Oh, speaking of that person, oh yeah, he's right there with the I Love Dallas background. Oh, he loves Dallas now because we got to watch Arch Manning and we're ready to go to that.
They still piss me off though.
Well, sir, that's a top 5 victory for you.
A top 5 victory followed that followed an unranked team L. I ain't forgot about that, Texas.
Texas said we even now. We washed that away.
You even might. You ain't even sucker. That unranked team took another L this past Saturday.
Oh,
it's cool that you lost to Ohio State. They are the number one ranked team in the country. You lost to an unranked school. You lost to an unranked school, Texas. Unranked. Look at this smiling jackass. You lost to him. And what made it even worse, Steve Sarkisian. He looked like the bigger jackass in Gainesville than Billy Napier. But you did redeem yourselves because I can put this and just be all happy. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. It could be October 15th. It could be April 15th. I don't give a crap what day of the year it is. Any time of the year, OU sucks. And they sucked bad Saturday at the Cotton Bowl. It was beautiful. I mean, it was a beautiful sight. The most beautiful sight that I'll ever see all year. This also includes seeing Aggies fan getting whooped by Texas. The best sight all year is when you get a chance to see Sooner fan scoop and you see the Cotton Bowl, one half all filled with burnt orange and the other half empty seats. That's a beautiful sight. I love it. I love seeing it. It's a beautiful sight. So thank you, Texas, for giving me the sight of that makes me happy every year. When I get to see OU fans skate out of the Cotton Bowl with their heads between their legs. So that's the position that you were patterning yourself after James Franklin. Oh, okay, I got it. Okay. But that Sooners fan with head between their legs, they're cursing out Texas. They're doing TU with the horns down. Get that schooner and go back to Norman with that L. But I ain't forgot. You may run the table. You may beat Arkansas and Vanderbilt and then later Texas A&M. But no playoff for you still. You had to lose to an unranked Florida team who then got housed at Kyle Field in College Station. No playoffs for you still. Still. It's not even a prove to me you can beat every other team. No. Even if you beat Georgia twice or you beat Georgia and then you go and you beat Alabama or A&M again or LSU or Ole Miss in the SEC championship game, I don't give a crap. NCAA committee, even if Texas wins that, do not invite them to the playoffs. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. They're losing to unranked teams. I got a Top 5 ranked. I don't give a crap. They took an L to Florida, to this smiling jackass. No playoff for you. In fact, I came very close, Sarkisian. And instead of saying Ohio State, I would have said Georgia. Because you're getting very close, drunkard. Very close, drunkard. Go to AA. Go to AA now, son. Hi, I'm Steve, and I'm alcoholic. Say it now, son. No playoff for you. No playoff for Texas. Still, no playoff. Oh, but OU. You still suck. Sit and spin on it. Now, return to your regularly scheduled programming already in progress. Oh, and I love Dallas.
I think this is the part where I laugh because I threw a surprise in here.
A surprise? After big win, Texas Arch Manning shrugs off earlier criticism. You threw 10 incompletions in a row in a direction of school.
All smiles after the biggest victory of his career.
All smiles, smile.
Texas quarterback Arch Manning said Monday he wasn't bothered by the harsh criticism leveled at him during the first half of the season. Everyone, he said, is entitled to their opinion of him, saying, "Look, I wasn't playing well, and I'm going to continue to get better. But everyone has their own opinion. That's what's good about America. Everyone gets the freedom of speech. It doesn't bother me." Close quote.
Okay, all right. Well then, this won't bother you. This is your theme song for 2025 season. In the arms of an angel, fly away with me. In the arms of an angel, where you'll find me. Sacked on the ground. And for just 32 cents a day, you can buy an offensive lineman for the Texas Longhorns who can adequately protect the inadequate Make-A-Wish kid Arch Manning. Do better, son! Do better!
You doing your own quarterback like that? Jeez.
Yes. Do better. Because of your dumb behind and that bad offensive line to boot, no playoffs for you.
He was 21 for 27 on Saturday.
He had a good completion rate against Ohio State. What happened in that game?
I mean, it is the number one team in all of the land.
Thank you. They didn't score a touchdown until 2 minutes to go in the game.
It is the number one team in all of the land.
I agree with you, but still,
They is undefeated.
look.
They is the reigning defending national champions.
Well, shout out to Ohio State.
And why you got me defending Ohio State?
Because I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. I can say, well, yeah, he threw for this amount. He had a good completion rate. He had a good completion rate against Ohio State. Nothing.
Texas plays at Kentucky on Saturday night.
All right, so in Lexington. Yeah, that'd be fine. And then after that, they go to did they go to Vanderbilt?
Oh Lord!
I know they play Vanderbilt. I can't remember if they go to Vanderbilt.
How you feel about Vanderbilt? Good gracious!
I know they play Vanderbilt. I think they come to Nashville. I think
they do. Yeah, they do go to Nashville because I was trying to get you to go to that game, but you wouldn't budge.
Nope.
Well, this is probably the only time you see your Longhorns play, and you don't want to go.
Nope.
They're literally right down the street from you.
Yeah. It's a 20-minute drive. Yeah.
You don't want to go see your own team play, and they come here right to you. You don't even got to go to them. They come here right to you.
I did not want to see Arch Manning throw crappy incompletions. That's the week before your birthday. Because they have the bye on your birthday, and then the week after they go to Athens. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, my bad. That game is in Austin. Okay, all right, cool.
It's in Austin. Okay, so you got to reprieve. All right.
Yeah, that game is in Austin. Yeah.
All right, my turn.
Quote: "Fight on, Trojans! USC runs over Michigan. You, Michigan."
You want to say that again?
Quote: "Fight on, Trojans! USC runs over Michigan. you, Michigan.
Wait, hold on. I thought Michigan was the team that does the running. Not on Saturday, not at the Coliseum.
Fuck you, Michigan.
31-13. Matter of fact, they beat them so bad they reversed the number on them.
Man, let me soothe myself some more. Ah, there we go. Now I feel much better. I don't want to see that monstrosity of that 1910s program of Michigan not know how to throw, and if they can't run, they suck. And then they proved it this past Saturday in Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.
Tell them how you feel, son.
Whack busters.
Oh, I thought USC couldn't handle the run.
Well, they couldn't. You remember in Champaign, they acted like matadors. They got run over by Illinois on the last drive. But they improved from last year when they went to the big house. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Michigan ran for almost 300, if over 300 yards against them. So yes, they improved from last year.
You know what's been your favorite number this year?
What, 13?
Your favorite number this year has been 280.
Yeah. So yes, Michigan, they gave up 280 yards on the ground to USC. But here's the funny thing: USC traditionally they are known as a running school. They were known for halfback university for the longest.
Yeah, but you know what makes it funny? Why you pick Michigan?
I picked Michigan because they couldn't stop the run.
Gotta find out. Michigan, how about you stop the run? Look at that. Miller, 158 on the ground on 18 carries. What's that average? What does the average come out to? Let me see here. King Miller. And his first name is King.
Oh, like a dog at a black person's house.
His first name is King. I love it.
Like a dog in a black person's house.
No.
These jokers named him like he was a dog in a black person's house.
No, they didn't. They named him King, like the actual king.
No, King as in King, come get this bone. King, go fetch that frisbee.
No, that is King Miller. King Miller stepped into his Coliseum.
Look, black people do put last names on dogs too.
I ain't say last names. I said his first name is King.
I know his first name is King, and I'm saying, hey,
you calling him King? He is King Miller.
Yeah, you know it's true what I'm saying.
You know it's true what I'm saying.
Oh, look! He was the man in this game. There's no question about that. All joking aside, he was the man in this game.
King Miller went to the Coliseum for battle. He went to war with the Riverines, and he left them laying.
Yeah, he went to the Coliseum and got that bone.
That 18 carries for 158 yards averages out to 8.8 yards a carry.
It's a really good average, yes.
See, Michigan, the numbers that I just read off, what's the numbers that coach I thought you was going to do?
Yeah, because you showed that you couldn't throw, and you demonstrated it again this past Saturday. Although Mr. Underwood, I give you credit, you actually did decide to throw for over 200 yards in this game, but we all know that you get your jollies from running. You included. This is pathetic. This is utterly pathetic. You, Michigan.
Trojans, you came through from me.
You
Trojans. Don't like you that much, but you came through from me.
You Trojans.
He pretty much.
I'm channeling playmaker. That's the sad part. I'm channeling playmaker.
Hey, you know the funny thing is, USC, you had one job and you ain't do it. According to Coach Johnson.
Yeah, Michigan, you had one job, and you sucked. out at it. Repeat the performance in the Big House last year and the Coliseum this year, and you chumps didn't show up. That's utterly pathetic.
If you're an Oregon fan, I feel bad for you. If
I
you're an
don't.
Indiana fan, you're gonna get a joy out of this. And if you Coach Johnson, I'll be surprised if he don't say anything. I'll be surprised he don't say nothing towards me for what I did.
Hoosiers win duck hunt. Indiana makes statement in Eugene. Nice play on words, sir. Yes,
nice
and I understand the reference too. Yes, video game duck hunt. I got that. The nickname of Oregon is the Ducks. Yes, I get that.
Dan Lanning is your fault.
Dan Lanning is at fault? Why?
30-20.
They got housed
in their own building. Dante Moore, for only Saturday. Purposes for only Saturday. You was trash.
This warms my heart. Who
that offensive line?
Please.
You were trash.
Oh, I love it. Trash. I love it.
Could protect the quarterback, and the quarterback didn't know that he was wearing a black jersey instead of a white jersey.
Well, okay. Well, in his defense, Oregon changes colors of their uniforms every week, like people change their underwear. One game they'll wear black, another game they'll wear green, another game they'll wear yellow, another game they'll wear fluorescent.
And another game they'll wear pink was probably the next home game. For best cancer awareness, I don't know why you wear pink. Trust me, I know the cause. But you was wearing black Saturday.
And another game they wear pink. Lord have mercy.
Okay, I can excuse the pink one. Okay, that's what
I excuse it. I excuse it too, because I mean, look, breast cancer awareness is huge in my heart too. So yeah, I get it.
You jackasses.
Tell them why you're mad, son.
You jackasses didn't look like Oregon. Indiana punked you in your own building.
They look like something. And I looked at the highlights of this game earlier today, actually, and I was massively unimpressed with the physicality of Oregon, because I thought, even though they are a West Coast team and they play fast and they play with tempo, my thought was this team actually plays with a little bit of physicality too, since they normally like to lead with the run. I didn't see that in this game at all. I saw an Indiana team that literally leaned on them and punished them all game long.
We're reiterating. Indiana came in and punked you in your own building.
They punked. They beat down. I mean, literally, you would have thought they were playing this game in Bloomington the way the Hoosiers had the confidence in Eugene. I mean,
by the way, the Hoosiers did travel out to Eugene, and they was heard.
Yeah, they traveled in numbers, and they were loud and proud. Ain't hating it at all.
You finally had Mendoza throw a pick. Finally, the first team to get him to throw a pick was Oregon. And what happened? Yeah. Your quarterback decided to outdo him. I raised you one pick for 2.
Yeah, I was about to say, even though Mendoza threw his first pick, he still was pretty decent in that game. Okay, statistically, this is the worst game of his year, but I'll take that with the dub, because he did not give you the costly turnover. He did turn the ball over, but he didn't give you the costly one.
Mendoza was like, all right, I raised a pick. And Monte and Moore came and said, I'd raise you 2 picks.
And if I'm mistaken, I think both of them win the fourth quarter.
Damn it!
But but tell them why you're mad, son. But you know,
All right, in full disclosure, for those of you who are listening on the radio and trying to figure out why playmakers are going off, I have an affection with the Oregon Ducks.
No, you don't say. I couldn't tell.
I rarely pick against the Oregon Ducks.
I couldn't tell.
Which makes it easy because them in Florida are never in the same place at the same time. So
I would have never guessed that, playmaker.
I say if you listen on the radio. Ass white.
What did I say? I'm just speaking the truth here.
Being sarcastic and stuff.
I'm being truthful. I didn't know that you had this affinity for Oregon.
Dan Lanny. See, it's all you. Dan Lanny to me is like what Lane Kiffin and Brian Kelly is to Kobe Johnson. You gonna mess up somewhere, it's just when you gonna mess up.
Well, I mean, last year it was a big stage, the Rose Bowl.
This year, a top 10 matchup at home and you get pumped. By the way, again, want to do me honest?
Hoosiers win duck hunt. Indiana makes a huge statement in Eugene.
Do you know how much it hurts me to have to go find that picture?
Doesn't hurt me.
I know it don't hurt you. Shut up.
Doesn't hurt me. And I picked Oregon to win this game, and it still don't hurt me.
But you know, I had to do my brother justice.
Thank you.
So I said, you know what? I'm gonna bring a classic on here. And I said, I know somebody did it. I know somebody made that picture out there and it's out there. And I said, there it is, right there.
You did a good job, playmaker. I'm proud of you. I am absolutely proud of you. I really am. Because that's a beautiful picture.
I'll show it to you again.
Please. He went and found a duck hunt picture. That's beautiful.
Hey, if I can go at my guess the way that I do, don't think I won't go at Oregon. And Coach Johnson will tell you, I go at Florida.
I mean, we got the jeweled smiling jackass because you were going after them. Oh, and DJ Lagway for their poorest performance in Baton Rouge. So yes, you do. And I'm proud of you for that.
Which, by the way, that whole nickname made it the Snowman in the morning too.
Oh, they love it?
Yeah.
That's good.
They made it a Snowman in the morning. Which made me sit here like, I got to stop saying some stuff.
Why? Why you have to stop saying that? Because you were speaking the truth.
My stuff is making the other shows like it. I don't know how I feel about that.
What do you mean?
Because when I come up, I can't get away from it. Like, I didn't say that for y'all to use it against me.
No, not me to use it against you. Well, I don't do it to use it against you. I do it to highlight it.
But yes, Dan Lenny, you just had to screw up this one. You just had to screw it up, didn't you? Just had to.
Well, I don't feel for Lanning.
No, I know you don't like Lanning at all.
I'm not the biggest fan of Dan Lanning. Never have been. And with each and every passing day, I definitely will like him less and less. But it just upsets me how this guy has this look on his face as if he is the best thing that's ever happened to Oregon, and he's not.
No, I can think somebody else.
Best thing happened to Big Ten, and he's not.
By the way, he's actually the offensive coordinator in the NFL right about now.
Well, Chip Kelly.
Yeah, probably actually the reason why I ended up falling in love with Oregon.
What, Chip Kelly?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, you have to admit, what he was doing at Oregon was unprecedented.
Oh, Yeah, I mean,
and it was fun to watch.
it was. And when he was not trying to get in the way, he was fun. He was actually fun to watch when he was early on coaching the Eagles. But then when he got more and more in his way, on his own way, and he messed it all up.
But Dan Laney, you screwed up again.
No, he didn't screw up.
He
did a wonderful job. That was one of the best coaching jobs he's ever done.
Shut your line behind up.
I mean, it's just it's beautiful. I mean, it was a work of art to see how his team laid down in his own hip. It was beautiful to watch. I enjoyed it. In fact, after this program, I may have to watch that again. I may have to watch that butt whooping again that Indiana gave him. That was beautiful. That was a work of art. That was
now you got Pat McAfee doing the holy dance.
Oh Lord. Wait, was he the only one that picked against
the only one? And I knew he was picking Indiana as soon as he opened his mouth.
Oh, I knew he was going to pick Indiana. It was I knew he'd pick Indiana. I'm like, he's not going to go against the state in which he lives now.
Why does that even play a role?
Well, of course, he's the new Lee Corso, so that makes sense. I get it.
But he got it right, so I can't say much.
Yeah, well, what can you say?
Damn you, Dan Laney.
No, don't be upset at him. Don't be upset at Lanning.
Outside of that,
he only did what he knows how to do, and that's faltering big moments like his like the coach he beat.
Outside of that, Arizona State, thanks for not showing up in Salt Lake City.
Well, yeah, that's what's going to happen.
No, they didn't show up at all.
I know they didn't.
Well, then again, they didn't have their quarterback, which I was not privy to that information beforehand.
Well,
yeah, Sam Level would not be playing. You mother.
Well, he wasn't the only one that wasn't playing. It looked like the whole team didn't play. Like the whole team was still in Tempe.
Jackasses.
And someone forgot to give the memo. Oh, we got a game in Salt Lake City. My bad.
Nevertheless, I keep my 2-game lead.
I don't give a crap about that.
Because Michigan didn't show up.
That's what pissed me off. Michigan. Fuck Michigan.
I thought running game travels. It didn't travel to the Coliseum.
No. The running game normally does travel. Unfortunately, their brains don't. Running game travels.
Michigan running game didn't travel.
Fuck Michigan. Michigan kissed my behind.
I think was they scared of the Coliseum because it was called the Coliseum. They thought they was going to the Roman Coliseum.
Well, they would have better success there.
Oh boy.
Oh. I guess your team does play for clicks.
I knew that was coming sooner or later.
I ain't forget, sucker.
I knew that was coming sooner or later. All right, another break here, and then when we come back, put up or shut up,
Dan Lanning,
for week 8.
Sucker.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition,
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can be the black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
And welcome back as we move right along here, crossing the 2-hour mark, because that no huddle was so fun for Coach Johnson.
It was fun for you too. You were getting off on Michigan, and you were talking bad about Dan Lanning, which
I said the no huddle. I ain't said the Gridiron roundup.
I'm sorry, but I enjoyed the end of the no huddle. We had a really good conversation. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
But now, as I said before,
I didn't enjoy that Texas A&M story, but yes, I'm sorry.
Hey, stories are stories. Gotta talk about stuff we don't like either.
That's true. You're right.
As I said, put up or shut up. Week 8.
Oh boy.
And we begin our special week 8 on Friday. Because we're going down to Hard Rock Stadium, Miami, Florida, as the number 2 ranked Hurricanes take on the Louisville Cardinals.
I feel for Louisville.
That's it.
I mean, if this game was in Louisville, I would give them a chance, but this game's in Coral Gables. Good Lord. And Louisville, I'm still pissed off at you for coming up short at home against Virginia. That game should have been yours, and you blew it. And now you're about to get the doors blown off of you and against the U.
Pretty much so. If you're a Louisville Cardinals fan, Coach Johnson is blaming y'all for the reason why I have a 2-game lead on him right now.
You right.
I took a chance on Virginia, and it came through.
Louisville.
Who would have thought?
Louisville.
Who would have thought going with Cool McCain would be helpful?
Louisville.
Also on Friday, that aforementioned Motorola and the 25th ranked Huskies, they go on the road. They going to Golden Gopher Country. They take on Minnesota 8 p.m. on Friday on Fox.
Oh, Lord. This possibly would be one of those games where I could see Matt Rule screw the pooch with his team, and then we see this improbable W coming from Minneapolis.
Whoa, you boat.
I could see that. I don't want to, I could see it.
If we do recap this game because Minnesota won, I might actually put Warrior Boat in the third thing.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm about to Earl.
From Friday, let's go to Saturday, and we go to the big house. Big noon kickoff will be in attendance as the Riverines will try to rebound from a disheartening loss in the Coliseum. They are recommending the Huskies of Washington, 12 p.m. on Fox.
You pissed me off, Michigan. Washington, blow the brakes off them.
You feel some type of way.
Michigan.
From the big house to right down the street from Coach Johnson. Nashville, Tennessee. Top 20 matchup in the ACC, or SEC, so I say. The 17th ranked Commodore is hosting the 10th ranked Tigers of LSU, 12 p.m. on the ABC.
Well, Well, Brian Kelly, this almost would qualify as a big game. Yes, I would say, but it's Vanderbilt. But they're ranked and you're on the road. I think this we might be ripe to see another one of those. What the were you thinking, Brian Kelly performances?
That means make a note. Vanderbilt beats LSU. Tune in next Wednesday. Coach Johnson goes off on Southern Baptist Coach Kelly.
I mean, this has the makings of that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I could see Brian Kelly getting in the way of his team yet again, and lose a game he should win.
From Nashville, Tennessee to Durham, North Carolina. That's right. 12 p.m. ESPN, ACC.
It's not for Duke.
The Blue Devils hosting the 12th ranked Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I would say this game isn't being focused on because of Duke. Now, if we're talking basketball, that's a different story.
Hey, both teams probably be ranked.
Yeah, true. But Duke would be higher ranked. But since this is football, we ain't talking about Duke. So Georgia Tech, don't embarrass yourself in Raleigh. I mean Durham. Don't you embarrass yourself there. This should be a dub. Don't treat it as this should be a dub. Treat it as this team can beat us and whoop them down.
I don't remember the last time I seen Georgia Tech so highly ranked.
It's been a minute. I would almost want to say since they won a national championship.
Yeah, I don't even alive at that time.
Because I think that's the last time I've seen them ranked this high since. I mean, before. Because I can't remember them being ranked this high.
You talking about before my time?
Yeah. I can't remember them being ranked between then and now. I can't remember.
Jeez. All right. From Durham, North Carolina, we travel to
Tempe, Arizona.
So I have a game here where one quarterback is there today, and the other quarterback that's out of nowhere missed the last game. I'm sorry, professionalism down there. Professionalism. 4 p.m. on Fox on Saturday. Arizona State hosting the 7th-ranked Raiders of Texas Tech.
The curse of coming up with something that people remember. They will.
Now you know how it feels.
Oh, I've been knowing how that feels. You know, I know how that feels. We do it almost all the time. Vicala. That was just a one-off. Now we hear it all the time on Snowman in the Morning. Like, oh Lord, really?
But yeah, the battle of we don't know which quarterback is going to show up.
Well, the only saving grace for Texas Tech is they're good on defense. So if the game gets real ugly, it will be in their favor. Even though this is in Tempe, they could still make it really tough for the Sun Devils to really do some business. So for me, Arizona State needs to show that form they did against TCU. They need to show that, okay, well, people are writing us off. We actually are better than people think. They need to play their best game this Saturday because this opponent they have, yeah, this might be one of the toughest outs in the playoffs if they continue going the way they're going.
All right, forgive me for trying, but here we go. From Tempe, Arizona to South Bend, Indiana. As the 13th ranked Fighting Irish take on the 20th ranked Trojans of USC. The fight for the George Shillelagh is on the line. 7:30 NBC. You can also stream it on Peacock too.
Boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun. Boom, 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 boom. This is one of the best rivalries in college football, and I think it's I love this one. This is one of my top 5 because it's unique. So every time the game's played in LA, they always end the season. But every time the game is played in Notre Dame, it's always the third Saturday in October. And I struggle to think of another game where you can say, "Wow, so many Heisman Trophy winners, so many national champions were birthed from this." And it's unfortunate that the rivalry has lost a lot of its luster, because this used to be one of those games where it was almost determining if this team won this game, they would either go on, or it basically clinched them being a national champion. We haven't seen that type of luster. Probably the last time this game had a luster, not even of this nature, but even higher than that, would be 2005. I think it's the last time this game had the, oh my, we can't miss this type of must-see television type of game. But it's been, I hate to say it this way, it's been a throwaway for much of the last 20 years. And it was almost a throwaway for the previous 15 before that.
The Jewish lady would be for the grabs here. Who wants to grab the brass ring?
Why are you parroting Shane?
Sorry. That's what they pound for a Jewish lady. What you want me to do?
Lord.
That's what it's called. I didn't make it up, and you know it.
No, I know it's called the shillelagh, but that Irish accent is made up.
Hey. You don't have to worry about this one because we're right down in the South, baby. Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Yeah, but
speaking of the third Saturday in October.
Yeah, the game that takes place every, at least with USC and Notre Dame, it takes place every odd year, third Saturday in October. This game takes place every third Saturday in October.
The 11th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers, they head to Tuscaloosa, Alabama to take on the 6th-ranked Crimson Tide of Alabama.
Funny anecdote, well, not really funny, but decent anecdote. So when I moved to Nashville, it was 15 years ago to the day when I moved to Nashville. Drove 12 hours, got to the apartment that I was going to stay at, and got in. Now you notice the date, 15th. Well, the 15th in 2010 was on a Saturday. Guess what the first thing I got a chance to see was? That's right.
Volunteers and Crimson Tide.
Mm-hmm. And they were down the road 2.5 hours east instead of 3 hours south right now. But they were 2.5 hours east of me in Knoxville. That was the first thing I ever watched in Nashville, was this game. Wasn't much of a game because, I mean, that was the year that Alabama steamrolled over everybody to a national championship. But it still was the first thing that I got a chance to see. And it was great to witness more up close and personal how people love the Volunteers. But I also witnessed how people love Alabama too. Good Lord, it's ridiculous. I'll put it this way: it's almost as bad as Cowboys fan.
7:30 ABC.
But
right
they trade that in the fall, and then they all become Kentucky fans in the winter.
All right, sir. You ready for a war?
That one actually would be one, but go ahead, sir.
Provo, Utah, the Holy War. The 15th-ranked Cougars of BYU hosting the Utes. of Utah, ranked 23rd, 8 p.m. on Fox. The Holy War is stationed on Fox.
How this game doesn't end the year for these two teams, I have no idea why. Unless Utah considers Colorado their biggest rival. Otherwise, I don't understand why this is not one that ends the year for them, for both of them. Because I this is funny, and I didn't realize that this was coming up, but I actually saw a video about this rivalry, and it's very heated. It's really interesting. And of course, with all these types of rivalries, there's cross-pollination. Coaches that play for one school, coaches the other, and all that type of stuff. That all that happened, and yeah, you had the the different fan traditions and all of that. This rivalry is extremely underrated, and then not realize how bad of blood that exists between BYU and the Utes.
I just want one favor. I just want one favor.
A game?
I just want one favor.
That this actually is a game?
No, not that, but they both rank, so it should be a game.
Yeah.
Can both of y'all wear your home jerseys?
No.
No.
Utah, wear white. Don't do the red crap. Wear white.
No, I want red and blue.
No. I want white and red. White with the red numbers. Your road team.
Don't mean nothing.
It means everything. Your road team. Your road team. Wear white.
Then what you gonna talk to LSU? Because they wear white everywhere.
Because they got the choice.
Exactly.
I don't like them ugly purple uniforms they wear with directional schools.
Both of y'all were Utah in the red.
No.
You in the blue. Let's get it cracking.
No. BYU, you wear your blue. Utah, wear white. You better do it the way football's supposed to be done. If you're the road team, you wear the opposite color. The opposite color, not.
That is the opposite color.
No. I know that's where I was going. I said the opposite color, not the alternative one.
That is the opposite color.
No. I said opposite, not alternative. The red would be alternative. Opposite is if the home team isn't wearing white, you wear white. Wear white, Utes.
That's not a rule. Get that crap out of here.
No. Get that red uniform crap out of here. You wear white, Utes.
No, you wear red.
No, wear white and I'll turn off the TV. I mean, wear white or I'll turn off the TV set.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be watching that game anyway.
That's the reason. That's the reason why I hate USC, UCLA. I'm like, I don't give a crap if one team wears that the USC wears their cardinal red and USC wears their light blue. No. If you're in the Coliseum, UCLA, you wear white, and if you're the Rose Bowl, USC, you wear white. That's how it's supposed to be.
No.
Otherwise, it's a bunch of crap.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Stop being a traditionalist.
No, I will never. I will never stop being a traditionalist. That's it.
Times has changed. Things have evolved.
Yeah, like you can do like Oregon uniforms. You could do that, but no. If the home team ain't wearing white, you wear white. Period.
What's up with this white?
If the home team
I know why you don't want them to wear red, because it looked like a freaking political fight on the football field. That's what you don't want to see. You don't want to see Republicans and Democrats on the field. That's what you're thinking.
And that's why I'll turn the channel.
I knew it. I said, wait a minute. He's going political on me. That's what it is.
And that's why I'll turn the channel. I do not want to see a fight between elephants and jackasses. I'll turn off the TV. We see it every day, every day on the news. I don't need to see it on a football field.
I guess red and blue is stitched in your memory forever. You can't get away from it.
Nope. Nope.
Because it wasn't for politics, you wouldn't have said nothing. But politics is the reason why you don't want to see it.
Well, I am you actually did call me right. I am a traditionalist. And I'm not the biggest fan of of games where teams wear their home uniforms. I'm not the biggest fan of it.
No, if it was basketball, then that's different because I would like to see a team wear white, especially the home team. But
And be the traditionalist. I'm that way too. I hate the fact that in hockey and in basketball, you don't have that anymore. I double hate in hockey that they actually adopt football, where you wear the dominant color of your team, and the road team wears white.
Nah, in football, if it's a rivalry, I ain't saying like you just do a rivalry game. Both teams gonna wear their own colors. Go for it. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not.
But it's only one game at the year.
I know, but I'm not really all that good with it. But definitely with this, one team is blue and the other team is red.
This is remind you of Republican and Democrat. That's what that does to you.
The channel will be, and it's on Fox too. The channel will be turned. It'll be on Fox. The people, and I know Fox is different from Fox News, but still, you might have people on Fox secretly rooting for the Utes. I'll turn the channel.
maybe
just
maybe
because
if
they wear red.
Maybe if Utah had a different color, he might be okay with it. But since it's red and BYU's blue, he can't do it. He can't do it.
You actually might see a homerism call because because the Utes are wearing red.
Oh man, this is great. But now this takes us to the spotlight game of the week.
That should have been the spotlight game of the week.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Not even close. Not even.
I know.
Chance.
I know. I'm only teasing.
Let's go right back between the hedges of Athens, Georgia, where the 9th-ranked Bulldogs will host the 5th-ranked Rebels of Ole Miss 3:30 ABC. Instead of you having a primetime matchup of this one, they said, no, we're going to put it right in the middle of the day for you.
3:30.
You can get home from whatever you got going on and then kick back and get into your football.
The time that the big time SEC game used to be 3:30 Eastern on a Saturday.
That was when it was on CBS.
Well, yeah, true. But still, when did it get off of CBS? Not too long. Exactly, not too long. So there you go.
All right.
Yeah, this should be good. I'm not impressed with either team, really. But it's quite possible both teams could bring out the best in each other. I want to see that more than anything.
If I'm thinking correct, I think this might be is this the first time that Pat McAfee gets to be around for an Ole Miss game?
An Ole Miss game?
Yeah.
What, in the Lee Corso role, or just period?
Period.
He's probably been around the US. He's probably been around the Ole Miss game.
You kind of think.
Because I mean, haven't they visited Oxford?
I'm trying to remember.
Recently?
No.
When I mean recently, I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about like last year before last.
Yeah, I got to think on that one. But I'm used to him being around Georgia fans, so.
I think he loves to troll Georgia. I think he loves to troll Georgia fans.
Oh, one of the greatest trolls in college game day history.
Go Dogs, go Dogs, go Dogs. But I'm picking Alabama. I'm like, that's cold.
I knew it. So he did. I said,
same.
Who's picking Alabama?
I said the same thing. When I was like, oh, he is laying on thick. And he's gonna pick Alabama. That was funny.
So this should be a fun one. Like I said, put up or shut up in October.
It most certainly applies in this game.
Straight to the picks we go for the Bear Down Pick'em Week 8. Yeah, we have no reason to pick against Miami as of right now. So
why don't we pick against Miami?
We have no reason.
I'll put it this way: bearing down the Gridiron fam, if Miami is going to be on the slate for us to pick, we're picking Miami no matter who is going to go up against them, because there's nobody in the ACC that's really going to challenge them, and there's nobody on their schedule that's going to challenge them.
Yeah,
there isn't.
So cool, McCain, we walking with you, 10 toes down.
Yeah. You should have fun and cool. The biggest candidate for them to actually play a 60-minute game, I think, is coming up here.
I thought about it. I thought long and hard about it.
What was there to think about? This team got trounced 42-3 in the shoe. What made you think that the Gophers stood any chance whatsoever against Nebraska?
Who's the head coach?
I get that. Matt Rule is not the greatest of head coaches. However, the team is 5-1, and Minnesota is that hot garbage.
That's what I was thinking about it. I just didn't pull the trigger. I was thinking about it, though.
I'm proud of you for not pulling the trigger, but still.
I'm thinking about it, but I go Nebraska.
Smart choice. A smart choice.
Matt Rule don't make me look like a fool.
No, you'll still make us look like a fool even if you win. You motherfucker. Leave the screen. Leave the screen. Washington got whooped 59-3 by North Texas. And you're going to pick them over this 1910 school? I get that they don't know what the forward pass is. But come on, this is Washington.
And what happens if Washington wins in the Big House, which I believe is a possibility?
Washington, not to Michigan, but Washington, they weren't too far removed from going to Columbus. They didn't go to Columbus; they actually came to Seattle, but they weren't too far. They weren't too far removed from going to Columbus and asking, "Can you cut us a check for $20 million, and we'll take the butt whooping that you can give us in Seattle?"
In that case, be happy. I'm giving you a game. I'm already up 2 on you. I'm giving you one of them.
They were not that far removed from asking for a check to get their butts whooped.
I'm be honest with you. If Washington goes to the Big House and pull this off, Coach Johnson gonna go off worse than he go off on Texas.
Yeah, because this makes no sense. Not your pick. Michigan losing to Washington. That would make no sense.
I'm taking a chance. I'm going with the Huskies on this one. I think that North Texas game was a letdown game.
Letdown? 59-3. How is that a letdown?
I think that was a letdown. Man, what you mean? They're like 4-2. What you talking about?
59-3 to not a Big Four conference school.
By the way, shout out to Alex Akazar, alumni from North Texas.
North Texas beat them down 59-3.
Hey man, I ain't saying that you're wrong, but I'm just saying that team has outside of that loss, their record's pretty good. So I'm like, and then I want to go look at some team statistics. I'm like, so they can run the ball too, huh?
Well, one of the schools they beat down was their Pac-2 brethren.
I mean, come on. Actually, no, they did not lose to North Texas. They lost to Ohio State. That's the only loss.
They only have one loss?
They 5-1.
They have one loss.
Ohio State 24-6.
All right. Well, I'll put it this way. Still,
they beat Washington State. They smashed Washington State.
Yeah, they beat down Washington State.
They went to Maryland and beat Maryland.
I remember that.
And then they beat Rutgers. I ain't gonna talk about those schools that they beat.
What was Rutgers? But that's the same. Look at the schools you listed off. Rutgers,
Big Ten, Maryland, Big Ten,
and not Big Ten. Washington State,
Apple Cup.
Okay, rivalry game, big whoop. Washington State is hot garbage. They know it too.
Hey, rivalry is a rivalry. You know this.
Yes, I know. The only game worth any note was Michigan's big time rival. And yeah, you can say, well, they did a good showing. No. They asked for it. They asked for a check to get their butts whooped.
So guess what? Hey, I'm rolling with the Huskies.
But I will say this though. Wolverines, you lose to the Huskies. I will talk bad about you, and I will actually demonstrate that you are a school that should be in them in them black and white motion pictures where there's no dialogue. That if you see your mouth moving, you see the mouth move.
I know what you're talking about.
You see the mouth move, and you see the black screen with white text as to what that person said. Because that right there is your offense. Old. Not old fashioned, old. And one of the slides would be, what's a forward pass? Jeez.
I know what you're talking about too.
Yeah, the silent pitches.
Solid pitches, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's terrible. But hey, I'm taking 10. I'm picking Washington.
And no,
as much as I would love for Coach Johnson to blow a gasket because Vanderbilt is good in football, which he cannot accept for it or whatever reason. LSU do have a defense, so is that defense going to keep playing like the way they be playing? Because if not, he will be blowing the gasket on Wednesday.
That's the only thing they have going for him. Because offensively they're up and down, and that's the only reason why I'm actually saying they will come out with a dub in Nashville, because their defense hasn't really let them down all that much. Look, I could say, well, they somewhat let them down in Oxford because they did allow 24 points, but I'm like, this is Ole Miss. I mean, that offense isn't too bad. Now, that coach makes them inconsistent, but that's a whole different color. Good team, 24 on the road, and that's their worst defensive performance. I could take that. Defense does travel. And Vanderbilt, they took it on the chin in Tuscaloosa. They now know what it feels like to be what a big boy is. They ain't big boys yet. And they'll find out again what a big boy is supposed to do, and find out they'll come up short yet again. That they're not ready to be a big boy yet. This is in Durham. The only thing that's good in Durham is when Duke plays basketball. The last time Duke was any good in football, besides I think it was like 2022, I think, was when Steve Spurrier was coaching them.
For all you Duke fans, he's saying the countdown hasn't hit November yet.
No. So don't wait out in Krzyzewskiville for tickets just now. Although the weather's pretty good, don't wait for him now. Wait for it when it gets a little colder. The only reason why we're talking about this game is because Georgia Tech. And they got to win to make sure that they could keep pace with the U. So they could play them in the ACC championship. Come on, man. The Red Raiders defense. What is it? Name me a defense that is better than the Red Raiders.
Ohio State.
Name me a defense that's better.
Ohio State.
They're comparable. They're not better.
Ohio State.
They're comparable. They're not better.
That is the number one defense in the land.
They are comparable. They're not better. Because Ohio State's only turned the trick against one hot garbage ranked team.
You going to play who we got on the schedule, man.
They only turned the trick against one hot garbage ranked team. And then when they played another ranked team, they did a decent job. They turned them over 3 times, but they still allowed 17 points against them.
16.
Oh, sorry, 16. Meanwhile,
let's see. I have a 7 on the board. I have a 0 on the board. I have a 9 on the board. I have a 6 on the board. I have a 3 on the board. And then the 16.
Beside Texas. And I know I said, clean the mirrors out, son.
I'm just giving you the scores.
I know. The first score you gave was the whack ranked team I'm talking about.
So with Texas Tech, I got a 7 on the board. I got a 14 on the board. I have a 14 on the board. I have a 10 on the board. I have an 11 on the board. And I have a 17 on the board.
And that 10 on the board was against a team that's currently ranked.
No, that 14, those two 14s came against Kent State and Oregon State.
I ain't talking about them. I said the 10. The 10. Count the music hand sign.
Oh, the 10 points. Yeah.
10.
But guess what? But guess what? Ohio State only gave up one team to double digits.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
And again. The other with that 7 points was against a whack ranked school.
Don't matter.
It's does.
Texas. No, it's Texas.
It's a whack ranked school.
That's an SEC team.
A whack ranked school. And when Texas Tech went on the road with that defense, they allowed 10 to the Utes. Now, when Ohio State went on the road, they allowed 16 to the Illini.
Yeah,
comparable,
and
not better. And
the
rest of those schools, one of them was Minnesota, one of them was Grambling.
Mm-hmm. Keep going. But guess what? Kansas can come to Lubbock and put up 17.
And
17.
And
Kansas State can come to Lubbock and put up 14.
And
Oregon State, who you just got done trashing not that long ago, put up 14.
Pac-2. Oh, congratulations. You're looking for a new coach. But yeah, I mean,
like I said, you said name you a better defense. Ohio State.
Comparable. That's why it's come on now. Grambling, Ohio, Washington, Minnesota. Please, son.
Like I said, you said better.
Please, son. No. They scratch checks to Ohio, they scratch checks to Grambling. They might as well scratch a check to Washington and Minnesota too. Come on now.
They handling business.
They're handling business. Yeah. They beat one whack ranked team in Illinois.
Son, I'd be in your position to going off on Ohio State, not defending them, because I'm the one who actually hits Ohio State, not you.
I will say it again. They beat one whack ranked school in Illinois.
The only reason why you saying that because it's your team.
Exactly. They're whack ranked school, and they only
reason why you saying
they're
that.
whack ranked school, and they only scored 7 points, and it would have been a shutout if it weren't for them scoring in the last 2 minutes of the game, and Ohio State having pity on them.
That's when you just make Ohio State had pity for Texas, who was the preseason #1 team.
And I fought the NCAA for doing that. You knew Ohio State was the better team. You should have ranked them #1. But you decided to give them fodder and give them motivation, rank Texas #1, and then make that offense look absolutely atrocious.
That's your real great.
You made that offense look absolutely atrocious. And motivated Ohio State. They come to our building, they rank #1. Screw that, we're gonna beat them down. And they did. As they should have. As they should have.
Give Ohio State credit, man.
Oh no,
they ain't worrying about the noise and nothing. They just going out there handling business.
I give them credit. I give them credit. I'm just saying they beat one whack ranked school and then they beat Illinois. That's the two biggest ones.
Hey.
And look, I mean,
as far as I'm concerned, Texas Tech only beat one ranked school throughout their whole schedule.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. However, they did it on the road. And on the road, they allowed less points than Ohio State's big-time road victory.
I don't think you was ready for me to say Ohio State because you know how much.
No. On the contrary, on the contrary, I was very much ready for you to say that because I said it that way on purpose. So I figured you was going to say Ohio State because I was going to say I didn't say comparable. I said better.
And I'm telling you, Ohio State defense is better than Texas Tech.
Well, yeah, well, Texas Tech defense would be better if they had to play Grambling too, and Ohio as well.
I'm speaking to the power. I'm not saying Texas Tech defense is terrible. I'm just saying
63-0.
I'm just saying you're the second. You're the second best defense in the country.
Where the band took pictures and they said, "Oh, we love the band. Y'all jammed wonderfully. Yeah, we wish we played as well as you."
Well, yeah, Texas Tech has the second best defense. That's all I'm saying.
And then Grambling said to Ohio State's band, "Yeah, we wish our football team could play better than yours."
Hey,
but we're enjoying this trip. Now let's see this butt whooping we about to take. 63-0.
Hey, we just gonna have to disagree because I'm not budging.
I ain't budging either.
I ain't trying to get you to budge. I'm telling you, my point is Ohio State's
Grambling, Ohio, Washington, Minnesota.
You asked the question, I answered it, and I ain't stutter.
And the two ranked teams they beat, one is whack, and the other is Illinois. I will give them mad salute. I will mad salute them for the effort against Illinois. I will mad salute them for that. 3 turnovers. And they only scored 16, and you were in Champaign. I will give them a salute on that one. That was a big boy performance by the defense. I will say it there. Now, that BS game at home against Texas, that offense is hot garbage. Hot.
As long as it's Texas, he's not letting it go.
Hot garbage.
But yeah, we both picking the Red Raiders.
Yeah. Now, for a person who can't stand the Trojans, you love to pick them. You love to pick them. And this ain't Juju Watkins here. Juju Watkins doesn't play football.
I'm not picking with my heart. I'm picking with my head.
The head above his waist, ladies and gentlemen.
No, the head where the brain is at.
The head above his waist, ladies and gentlemen.
Because SC wants to be taken seriously, and Marcus Freeman is at a road where he can't take no more losses.
Agreed. So that means they're gonna play more desperate than usual.
They might be playing more desperate usual, but Lincoln Riley want to get his name back in the headlines again. We haven't heard Lincoln Riley's name in like forever.
Lincoln Riley, yeah, okay, fine. He's a great, bright offensive mind. But that defense is proven to be a little bit on the inconsistent side.
Same thing with Notre Dame.
No. Notre Dame's problem is they just simply can't put 60 minutes together.
You just made my point.
Well, no.
Inconsistency.
Well, no, but actually, ever since that L they took to Texas A&M, they have been consistent.
Yeah, it took a team that can drop 40 in South Bend to do it.
And Freeman, to let you know that I'm not biased, I want to pick against you every single chance I get because you have the nerve to drop the game to Texas A&M. But this should show you, Playmaker, that I don't pick with my heart because I want to trash Freeman for that and that alone.
I'm actually kind of surprised you didn't pick the Trojans, to be honest.
Well, the reason why I didn't pick them is I still need to see more out of them. I was unimpressed with how they were in Champaign. They should have beat them. They should have beaten Illinois because that game was theirs, and they didn't get the job done. They did look good earlier in West Lafayette, so now they go back to Indiana, and they're gonna try to pull the another dub against another Indiana school. Well, we'll see how that works. I just think that when Freeman actually is on the ball, the team actually does look good. They just have to take care. Carr has to take care of the ball, and that defense has to show up. And it's a little easier for them to show up against SC in South Bend than it would be in Los Angeles. And if this game was in Los Angeles, I would pick SC.
I think I speak for both of them when I say that Roll Tide is literally what they're doing right now.
Yeah. I have to say this. Kalen DeBoer, are you now actually looking as though you know how to coach? I mean, I get that you got to Alabama off of what you did in Washington. I understand that. You did a great job with Michael Penix. Now he's looking pretty good as a pro. Now here we are. You took it on the chin pretty hard last year. the L in Nashville, the L in Norman. And the L you took in Tallahassee, I think, really woke you, and it looks like it woke the team up. Because you all were impressive in between the hedges. And you all had a killer instinct in the second half against Vanderbilt. I like seeing that. I know Roof Alabama. I don't hate him either. But I love it when a team knows they are better than another and they have the advantage and they put the pressure on them even further. That is what they need to do more often, and I would take them more seriously. I can see them winning against Tennessee, but I could definitely see them screwing it up just so they need a last-second field goal. I can see them doing that quite easily. And congratulations to the Volunteers. You have kept up being a top 15 ranked school. I would have thought that loss to Georgia would have made you all downward spiral, but I give you credit. I give you credit for staying the course.
Utah, when you want to start playing Jacqueline High, maybe I'll take you seriously.
What? Wow. Why so cold against Alabama?
I say Utah. If you're looking at the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, they might not play Jekyll and Hyde if they wear red to Provo.
You was at home against Texas Tech, and you got your ass stomped.
Got the brakes beat off them.
And then you're out of Arizona State, who was, again, without their quarterback.
And again in Salt Lake City, and they beat the brakes off them.
So when you want to start playing Jacqueline High, maybe I'll take you seriously. I'm going BYU.
Yeah, well, I'm going with the team that I chose as the Big 12 champs. And so far, that freshman quarterback is looking pretty good.
I already conceded the Big 12 to him.
That freshman quarterback is looking pretty good. Well, I got a chance to watch highlights of the game they played at home against West Virginia. Now, I was surprised at the poise that young man has. I was like, wow.
By the way, Coach Brown, good win against Iowa State. I did not expect that.
Yeah, that was a solid win. Solid win. And I think that win could actually propel Colorado to, I won't say win the Big 12, but to actually have a pretty good season the rest of the way. Because normally you got to have a victory that you can believe you can beat a team that's really good, like Iowa State, and good things can happen. And I think Prime wants to have that success feed on itself, and it can. In this case, BYU, to be, I think they're the best team in the Big 12 outside of Tech. And we'll know how that will go because Texas Tech and BYU will face off in November. But both teams are motivated because this is a big-time rivalry game. I want to see BYU prove that they are the better team. That is what I want to see in this game.
And then the spotlight game of the week. You already know Ole Miss in Georgia. We went to the people. A lot of people voted on this one.
Gots to give the people what they want.
A lot of people voted on this one. I'm like, wow. Okay. Let me tally this up. And 54.7 with the Bulldogs.
Closer than the experts think.
45.3 on the Rebels.
You mother.
I'm gonna pull the trigger on this one.
Why?
I'm gonna pull the trigger on this. Alabama.
Why?
I think Alabama gave the world a vulnerable Georgia Bulldog team. You should have lost to Auburn last week, but the refs were, I don't know what the refs was doing in that.
Wait a minute. Alabama did the same thing last year. What team beat them until they got to the playoffs?
This was in Athens I'm talking about. Like
we saw
Athens,
a vulnerable Georgia team last year.
You're not listening. Athens was like the unbreakable house.
Hold on, time out. We know that's we know that's a falsehood because Georgia Tech, nowhere near as good last year as they were this year, took Georgia to what, 7 overtimes?
8.
And they led by double digits in the fourth quarter. And
And
that was
yet-
between the hedges.
And yet Georgia won.
Yeah, Georgia beat them, yes, a war of attrition, but they were down to double digits in between the hedges.
I'm saying Alabama actually went in there and beat them. Not only did they beat them, they beat them soundly.
Alabama and Georgia, they could play in Athens, they could play in Tuscaloosa, they could play in Atlanta, they could play in New Delhi, they can play in Abu Dhabi, they could play in Riyadh, they could play in Tokyo, they could play in Moscow. It don't matter. They could play in Marianas Trench. It doesn't matter where they play.
But you
Alabama,
my second
Alabama
point of this.
is Kirby Smart's kryptonite.
I know that, but you ain't let me get to my second point though.
Your second point is
you should have lost to Auburn last week, but due to the refs, for some odd reason.
I don't give a crap about the blind refs, the ones that travel from Winston-Salem to Auburn.
Auburn should have won that game.
I don't give a crap.
So George, you weren't even impressive when you was in Auburn.
I don't give a crap. Were they dressed in maroon and white?
No.
Then they weren't going to lose to them.
So
Alabama is Kirby Smart's kryptonite.
Now that Lane Kiffin is coming off a bye week, and he's not making headlines, he's been quiet. This tells me he's been focused on this year. He's been focused on the football team. I can take the chance. Knowing the consequences, because I do know the consequences.
And the reason why I'm going with Georgia is,
hey,
they should
damn conference.
They should. Well, yeah, that is my SEC champion pick, but I didn't pick it for that reason. I picked it for the reason of they should have a salty taste in their mouth for the fact that they still cannot beat Alabama, and they should take it on everybody else until they get a crack at Alabama again.
Well, they didn't do that against Auburn, so you might be coming up short on that one.
But the final score was,
hey, Georgia won.
That's all that matters. Just like you said the last year when Georgia Tech visited between the hedges, 8 overtimes, Georgia got the job done, which you're correct.
I think Georgia's vulnerable.
Georgia was vulnerable last year.
This is your opportunity.
Georgia was vulnerable last year, but they still ran the table.
They don't have the same talent as they did last year. I'm actually watching. I'm like, they really don't have the same talent, huh? There's some. Georgia's not separating themselves.
But they were vulnerable last year, and
no, we thought they was vulnerable. I thought they were going into the season they was vulnerable last year, and then I realized, that's still Georgia. Okay,
they were. They recovered, but they were vulnerable. They could have taken another L somewhere down the line, but they didn't until they got to the playoffs.
Lane Kiffin, here we go. I'm rolling with you.
Lane Kiffin, do what you always do and give me the first of the 2 crappy performances on the sideline where you mess your team up as you always do. Last year in Baton Rouge, you did that. Now, here we are. You're in Athens. You're between the hedges. Show me that you're going to mess up on the sideline and cup your squad up.
And what if he doesn't?
Show me that you're going to have the capability of taking victory still out of your players' hands, give them defeat, and have them walk out of Athens with an L, and you go back to Oxford and you pissed off.
And what if he doesn't?
It'll be a bull-faced lie if he does.
What if he doesn't and actually wins?
It'll be a bull-faced lie if he does.
How'd be a bull-faced lie? He won.
It'll be a bull-faced lie if he does, simply because Lane Kiffin is good for 2 crappy performances.
The real question
just like
is
that fake Southern Baptist preacher is.
You know the real question is that you avoiding to ask?
What am I avoiding to ask the question?
What if Curry Smart actually loses 2 games in Athens this year?
He might.
What if that happens?
He might. And one of them actually might be, don't think I forgot, one of them actually might be to the team that shouldn't be in the playoffs. But I ain't asking that question because Lane Kiffin is coaching Ole Miss, and he is right. The time is right for him to mess up on the sideline because he gives you at least 2 of these games. Lane, ladies and gentlemen, trust me when I say this: Lane Kiffin and Brian Kelly, both of them are good to go in giving you 2. What in the heck was that performance on the sideline? Because they're going to mess up their team, and they will look good for 3 quarters, and then the 4th quarter they'll mess them up. They're good for 2 of those types of performances. For Ole Miss, the first one will come in between the hedges Saturday. Otherwise, Ole Miss actually is a better team than Georgia. I will say that to you. Yes. But Kirby Smart is a better head coach than Lane Kiffin.
There's our picks. Somebody gonna win this week leading.
Washington.
I'm looking for ladies. I want you to check this out. So we already gonna recap Ole Miss, Georgia, whatever happens in that game. But if Michigan was to lose to Washington,
Michigan gonna get lit up.
I am going to enjoy another week of me not having to really go off. It's all him.
Lord have mercy.
So I am going to enjoy this, and guess what? That will do it for that pick. All right, Mr. Johnson. Any final words on put up or shut up in October week?
Well, I think this is now when we're going to start to see, as they used to say, this is when we start to separate the men from the boys. So we're going to be seeing which teams are going to be for real, and which teams we're going to see are going to be fodder for the top 4 teams, the ones that probably will make it to the national semifinal. And we have some really good games. Alabama, Tennessee, USC, Notre Dame, and Ole Miss, Georgia. I mean, those are really good games. I think we're going to be impressed by what we see. I think we are.
All right. That is Code Johnson. I am the playmaker signing off. It's put up or shut up week.
And James Franklin, why'd you have to disappoint me? Why? I wanted to put this up for November. Ohio State is the best sex he ever had.